don't know. I don't know.
Well, so I got a couple different things going on. I mean, I've been specific about what I'm doing with certain videos, so I can kind of try to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm doing like 2 videos a certain way, 2 videos another different way, just to kind of try to, you know, I'll figure it out. Obviously, there's a system. We got that beer somewhere?
Yeah, it's down here.
All right. We ready to just fucking get into it?
Well,
I guess there ain't no script or nothing here.
No, just start talking.
Hey. So we're doing an after hours, guys.
We are. A very special one, though.
We are doing a special one.
A request.
Yes. So I have a job. You know what? That's insane. But I do, in fact, have a job.
Do you have a job?
Not everybody has one. They're hard to come by.
That's true.
But I got a job, and I therefore have a coworker. And
Just one?
Yeah, I got a lot of coworkers, but I don't talk to many of them. But this guy in particular, I do talk to. He's a cool dude. Ray, if you're out there.
Hi, Ray.
Hey, Ray. You said you went to, he told me, what the hell did I tell you?
Applebee's?
Applebee's?
No,
Olive Garden.
Olive Garden.
Yes, he said he took his wife out to Olive Garden. And I'm going to tell you, he's a fit dude. You know, he takes care of himself.
He rounds a shape.
Yeah, he is, you know, he takes care of himself. I mean, that's all I can say. And I'm not big into this kind of a product, but he told me you will not be disappointed. He's like, you gotta try it. He's like, I swear, I promise you, you will not be disappointed in this product. You must try it. So, we were just out and about. We had dinner, and
found it.
Yeah.
I doubt Ray's smoking Marlboro.
No, I doubt. I don't think Ray don't smoke. I'm pretty sure. And we stopped off at a station.
Is that it? No, I don't think it's that.
Yeah, and Pete found it. Pete found the product. What do we got here? There she is. Okay, this is what he said. He said, you will not be disappointed. Okay, this is Michelob Ultra Infusions, Lime and Prickly Pear Cactus.
I was intrigued because we've had prickly pear cactus
It
jelly.
was good.
It was good.
I mean, we nailed that. Now, and I've had just prickly pear, like little strips, and I really like them. This is 95 calories, so it's a lower calorie, which you know, the only reason I mentioned that Ray is relatively fit is because this is something that would appeal to him, because it is a lower calorie product. Which, you know, whatever. You know, but if that is something that appeals to you, he is very fit, and he told me, hey, he's like, you will not be disappointed by this.
I'm curious.
I am curious. I like lime, and I like prickly pear, and that prickly pear jelly,
That stuff was good.
that shit knocked it out of the park. Well, let's pop her open. Let's see what we got here. And these are courtesy of what? Crazy Soda Pop Store or something. We got these with
We got more.
We got something going on.
More
and these
crazy.
came in the package.
More crazy soda flavors.
Well, that didn't go well. Well, that's it. I'm done. I'm totally shut down. We can't drink these because the damn thing didn't open. Ugh. There we are. How'd you get yours open?
I twisted it.
Oh, it was a twist top?
Yeah.
Oh, for God's sake. Well, whatever.
Smells good.
I tell you what. You know what? Now, I'm thinking back to that Real American beer that we smelled. And that did, you were saying like Eagles Club.
Yeah.
And it did smell like an old bar. It did.
Pull tabs, cigarettes.
It reminded me of like
alcohol.
well, my grandpa would call it the VW.
Yeah.
Which is the VFW.
The
but
VW.
The VW. You know, the old timers always, I'm going down to the VW. Why that F didn't come out, I don't have a clue. But my grandpa, the VW, and all his buddies, yeah, I'm going to hang out down at the VW. I don't know what that's about, but that's how it was. This is fruity. I don't know if that's the right. It smells pleasant.
I smell more lime than anything.
I do smell some lime in there. It smells pleasant. Well, I don't know. There's nothing to do but taste it, I suppose.
It smells better than that stuff over there.
No, without a doubt. Without a doubt. Superior light beer, Michelob Ultra Infusion Lime and Prickly Pear Cactus. 4% alcohol, 95 calories. Psh, let's take her down.
Let's do it.
Huh.
I taste the cactus.
I do. I taste some lime. Not actually as much lime as I thought I was going to taste. I do taste lime. I mean, it's not like it's not there. I got to tell you, I've been impressed by this prickly pear.
I'm trying to think what else I've had that tastes similar to this.
Okay, it's not unfamiliar, is it?
No. But what?
No, I don't have a clue. I have absolutely no idea. But it's not unfamiliar. Well,
I don't know.
it's smooth. It's smooth. I mean, again, we got to stop drinking beer because I'm not a beer drinker and I don't want to start drinking beer. You know,
Right.
But hey, Ray, you know what? You suggested this, and so we gave it a shot. And I appreciate everybody out there that watches. I hope that you'll subscribe and comment because honestly, we want to know what's actually going on. We want to hear feedback. I mean, that's a big deal.
I never would have picked this up.
I would have never picked this up. It's not bad. Again, I'm not going to go run out and buy it because I don't drink beer. But all of a sudden, like you come over and like, you know, like, hey, if we had to have like a cooler full of beer because we were having a party. Like say we're doing a big old boil. We're doing a big seafood boil. We're inviting a bunch of people and we're going to have some beers. I would throw this in the cooler with some real American beer.
Yeah. I don't know how I feel about it.
It's not bad. I don't know. Do I like it more than the real American beer?
No, I don't. I think if I was gonna buy a fruity flavored beer,
I like the flavor, but it almost feels a little harsher. I feel like the real American beer was smoother. I don't know what your thoughts are on that. Let me have another hit of it because why not? I'm gonna drink the whole thing. I mean,
it's not bad. I think I would prefer like an Angry Orchard apple over this, but it just seems like water to me. Maybe it's light. It's Michelob. So, I mean, it's about as light as you're going to get.
yeah, for sure. For sure.
I mean, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's just not something that I'm used to or probably would.
I wouldn't buy it. I mean, obviously it did get bought, but I don't know that I would include this in my weekly, routine, which is pretty much exclusively whiskey. I don't think it's bad. I can't say anything bad about it.
What would you rate it?
Fuck, that's hard.
As far as beer, I mean, compared to like say the real American beer.
It's really similar for very different reasons. I mean, there is a fruitiness there. I mean, I do like the lime and the cactus flavor. It is smooth.
I think I would like it better if it was just cactus. I'm not a huge lime fan.
Okay. Well, see, and that's probably where we differ because what I've mentioned this. Now I think this is the third video I've mentioned it in. I was big into the Shock Top and the different. I like the kind of lemon beer. The Summer Shandy had a lemon in it. There's some different, lemon kind of thing. I like that. But I guess I like those because they seem so light. It's almost, you're not exactly drinking a lemonade. It's almost like but it is. It's almost kind of like a soda pop, but there's beer in it. I mean, because I just don't like beer. So that's where I guess I've leaned toward those products. This feels less like a beer than a lot of beers. because of the flavor, I suppose, if that makes sense. But I feel like the real American beer is really mild as well.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We drank a lot of like MGD when I was younger. I don't know. It
The
just
golden draft,
Yeah.
yeah.
just I don't know. Like when I drank beer, I wanted more flavor and not so much like water.
I hate to tell you this. You know what? The more I drink it, the worse the flavor's getting. Hey, you know what? It's not a bad product, but it almost tastes more like a lime, like the rind, like there's zest. It's like lime zest, not lime juice. Am I wrong on that? Maybe
No.
I'm wrong.
No.
It's almost like a zest, isn't it? You know, and a zest isn't a lime, a juice.
That could be the cactus, though.
Well, it could be. Well, Ray, you swore this wouldn't disappoint. I don't know. I got to tell you, I'm not disappointed by the product. I mean, I don't dislike it. I just, like I say,
had worse.
I've absolutely had worse. I mean, this is better than, you know, I hate to say, I mean, it's better than just a regular Budweiser. In my opinion, do you think differently?
I would prefer Budweiser.
Really?
Over
Okay,
this,
okay,
yeah.
okay. Well, hey.
I would say this is probably better than like an MGD.
Okay, yeah.
Maybe
Well,
a grain
I don't
belt.
disagree with
A
that. I
grain
mean,
belt. But as far as like a premium, I guess I want more.
so you're really not a fan of it so much.
No, it tastes like water to me.
Okay, what would you rate it?
Maybe a 1.
Oh, really? Huh.
But it's been. I used to
It
drink
is,
a lot of
you
beer.
know, it is what it is.
But it's been so long, and
Mm-hmm.
I've had other things since. Screwdrivers,
Well-
whiskeys, bourbons. It's hard to come back to this.
I'm going to tell you, I feel like there's beer drinkers and there's drinkers.
When I drank beer, I could drink a lot of beer. Lots of volume. I don't want to do that.
It takes a lot of volume to get anywhere. That's why I don't drink it.
Right.
I got places to be, and you know what? I don't got all day to get there. You know, you want to be driving 10 in the fast lane, or do you want to be, you know, on the Autobahn? I mean, let's go. I got places to go. I'm going to give it a 4 because I do enjoy the flavor. I feel like the fruitiness is there, and I like that. And I think it stands out to me more so than just kind of the barley malty, blah, blah,
It
blah,
doesn't
of
taste
a
like-
regular beer.
It doesn't taste like beer.
It doesn't taste like beer. I'm going to give it a 4 as far as beer goes. You're going to give it a 1.
Yep.
You know, it is what it is. I don't think it's the best thing ever. I hate to tell you, I would not buy it again. And the more that I drink of it, the more that it tastes like rind or, you know, the zest, but which is the rind, I mean, of these fruits. But again, yeah, that could be the cactus. You might be right on that. I don't know. I mean, whatever. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Anyway, this is an after hour. It's not like we even got to rate it.
Right.
We're just sitting here shooting shit anyhow.
Right. I don't know. I mean,
I'm still going to drink the damn thing. I mean,
this. I wonder
whatever.
how much did he tell you? How much did he get in a bottle at the?
well, I think he just
Restaurant?
bought a bottle, probably a singular bottle. I mean,
I wonder how much. Because this was $9 for.
yeah,
six.
he probably paid $6 or $8 at the restaurant for a singular bottle.
But I mean, as far as that price
don't know.
goes, I would. The real American beer was what, $6.99 for 6, and this was 9.
I think it was $5.99.
Or
It might have been $6.99, but I don't know, $5-6. It was cheap, and I would take that over this.
Yeah.
This isn't bad. I don't know. I feel like it's very similar in its lightness, in its non-gross. Well, here's the thing. Beer always tastes like frickin' urine to me. You know, it really does. This doesn't. I don't really get that here.
It tastes like water to me.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot there, is there? It's just it.
I don't know. I always kind of thought.
But it's like a lot of that rind. I keep saying.
if you're
I
gonna
mean,
drink beer, drink beer. You know, if you want something fruity, drink a wine cooler. Don't get mad. It's just my opinions. You know.
well, yeah. I don't know. I don't think it's horrible.
You want to try some of this?
No, I'm good.
I don't think it's horrible. I don't know. If you gave me one, I would be more than happy to drink it. I mean, I'm not going to turn that down. If this is what you're serving at your house party, yeah, cool. I'll have a couple of them. Why not? I mean, I'm not displeased with the product. Again, it's freaking beer, and unfortunately, I'm biased because I just don't like beer. Period. I just don't like beer. I tried a beer earlier today. I can't even remember what it was. What was that?
Was it Dos Equis?
Yeah. Yeah, that Corona or whatever.
Stay thirsty, my friend. The sad thing is...
It was okay. I drank half of it, and then...
What's down in the fridge? We got one more. Beer.
We do have another beer. Yeah. That's the controversial beer.
It is.
Yeah, that's the one there's a whole deal about. There's videos all over about it. Everybody's wrong. I went too far, and I tracked down the real deal on it, so I do actually know the truth on it, and I'm 100% confident I am correct. Because I am correct.
You'll have to share that with us when we do the video.
Yeah. No, I am 100% correct. That's the deal on that. And I can prove it, but I don't know.
You guys are curious. The hair's growing back slowly.
Oh yeah, hey, that's right. That video is not even out yet.
No, I think tomorrow.
Yeah, I think so.
The yeared.
Your beard's growing faster than your head.
I know.
That's how mine is, though. It was, I don't remember how many years ago it was. I woke up, I had this knot, I got so pissed, and I ended up shaving my head. I had hair, it was longer than, I mean, it's, whatever. It don't look super long right now because it's in a pony, but it is longer than it seems. And then I shaved my head completely. I just said, hell with it, and I bicked it. I got so pissed. These frickin' knots, I couldn't deal with it, so I just took her down. And then I just felt, I just didn't like it. So I haven't screwed with it since. And it's been, 3 years or something? 3-4 years since I did that. I don't know. And it just keeps growing. I haven't cut it. It's one of them things. I mean, it's...
You gotta do what you gotta do.
You gotta do what you gotta do. I used to bick my head on a, every other day basis.
Well, you'd almost have to. I mean, this is 5 days.
Oh, yeah. It gets all like Velcro. And it's like...
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you try to put a shirt on and it's like... I mean, anybody who's been there understands. Like trying to pull a shirt over your head, it's like catching your head. It's like...
The first time I went outside, and if you guys know, we live up here in the tundra.
Yeah,
it's 76 below.
Yeah, it's rough.
400.
I think real deal. I think yesterday it was like negative wind chill was like negative 23. I mean, and that's like whatever.
Yeah, and today it was 40.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's insane. Yeah, the crazy temperature fluctuations.
But when I went outside, after I shaved the beard, mustache, and the hair,
We're right.
I mean, it felt really chilly.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Really chilly.
Well, stocking caps.
That's right.
That's all you can do. Stocking caps. I'm so confused by this product.
It's not good.
I'm really confused by it. I don't think it's not good. I don't know. I'm sorry, Ray. I mean, I enjoy the fact that you like it, and hey, thanks for checking us out and
we appreciate the
suggesting it. I mean,
absolutely.
Unfortunately, not everybody's going to agree. I mean, I would drink this. You know what? Invite me over to a house party, man. I'd be happy to come over there and eat some barbecue or whatever, and I'll drink one of these. Why not? But I'll bring some real American beer too, or probably whiskey. I'll probably bring whiskey. I mean. That's actually what's going to happen.
I prefer cans, just for the simple fact that if I don't like it, I can just do this.
I'm going to get this guy out of here. Wow, it's done. I'm going to get it out.
And then nobody knows that I'm not actually drinking it. I'm just doing the motions.
You know what? Here's the thing. There is a citrus hit there. I like that.
There's so much better things out there.
So one thing a lot of viewers don't know, and it doesn't, I'm not going to sit here and get into it for hours, but I used to train extensively. I was very healthy. You know, I don't look how I used to look. I mean, life changes. I'm retired. I retired from a life of combat sports. Um, I was a martial artist and a boxer for a number of years, traveled all over the place, and I would train extensively for 12 to 16 to some 18 hours a day sometimes. I rarely slept. I, I, I incorporated a lot of products that were very citrusy into my
I
life.
can't do it.
And so at the time, I could see this having been something that I would have really appreciated then. And you've talked about this, Pete, about because you did a fast.
I did.
And talking about, you went and then eating things, and it's like, whoa.
Salt. All I tasted was salt.
Yeah, but you don't taste it now,
No.
And so I can understand why somebody in his position would appreciate this product a lot, because being of that mindset and eating very cleanly, it does honestly taste like a fairly clean product. As far as beer goes, it tastes pretty clean. And you've got more than natural flavor there. Unfortunately, I feel like that natural flavor is a rind more than a juice. But at the same time, when I was training a lot for whatever reason, I love things that were very bitter. Grapefruit,
Grapefruit's just good.
I like grapefruit. I love it. Grapefruit, different kind of citrus, whatever. I think something happens there to you. There's a certain level of cleanness. You spend your life eating nothing but 100% organic food and exercising every day and drinking a gallon and a half of water every day.
Not this shit.
Yeah, I mean, it really does alter your palate.
Oh, yeah.
So I can understand how somebody in that position would really appreciate this product. It's
When I was doing the fast, I only craved healthier. Like I would go into a restaurant or go by like a McDonald's, and I would just go. Ugh.
Well, because I think
that smell.
See, what I noticed, because I fasted too many times, and what I always noticed is I became in tune with what my body needed, more so than what I wanted. So if I needed a particular vitamin or mineral, I started craving certain things that just happened to contain a large amount of it. I was like, God, I gotta have green beans. Oh man, I need an orange. Oh God, I gotta have some strawberries.
This is where it's at.
And as you get away from that, you just kind of want whatever, carbs or
I love cheeseburgers.
Fat or whatever.
I love cheeseburgers. When I was fasting, just the thought and the smell of a cheeseburger just bleh. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah, but that's that's how it is. No, and I don't know how many people out there have done fasting. I mean, it is very good for you. I mean, you got to be careful with it to some extent, especially if you have particular health conditions.
I did mine for 30 days.
Yeah. I've done some long-term fasts like that, but then, when I was training for like 4 years, I did the intermittent fasting. So I would not eat until 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and I would stop eating at 7 o'clock at night. So my food was contained within a 3-hour period every day for years. I weighed 37 pounds normally.
That's like my left leg.
I ran, 15 to 20 miles a day. I mean, things were different. A lot of people, nobody knows this because I haven't said it on camera, but I went to school for fitness nutrition specialization. I mean, to train professional athletes on how to properly eat. I know a great deal about food. That's why I like to mention certain key details about food. It's just not the purpose of our channel. I mean, that's not it's about the flavor. I mean, you have to enjoy food too. And I spent so much of my life not enjoying food. Food was medicine. I ate it because it was part of my program. Not because I literally ate the same meals every day for years. I never deviated. I had a perfect meal for me for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And I had an alternative breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And that's all I ate. That's it. And then that's all I did for years. I had literally 6 meals, different meals. That's it. And that's all I ate for years. And yes, I was extremely healthy, but mentally, I was very unhappy with my food.
I think people do that now, although
Yeah.
it's not healthy. It's well, like okay, when I was growing up, it was hamburger helper, it was tuna helper,
Yeah, right,
the usual easy, cheap, fast stuff, and we
Yeah.
would just have the same shit over and over
Yeah.
and over and over and over and over and over
Right.
and over again.
Yeah, right, yeah.
And I think we've all felt the same. It just got really fucking old.
And we've said this, you get in a box.
Uh-huh.
You get in a box. There are so many foods out there. There are so many flavors. There's so many spices. There are literally hundreds of spices. And we have like garlic and salt and pepper and like celery and
Onions.
yeah, we have some basic spices that we're used to here. Other countries, you've got a set of maybe 10, 15, 20 spices that you're used to. But there's 20 countries with 20 different spices, and they're often amazing. I mean, when I ran into like garam masala for my first time, which is a big Indian spice, whoa.
I was just gonna say, I wish we could have got that on video.
Yeah.
Those, I don't know what they were. They were like hush puppies, but
Yeah, they were amazing.
amazing.
They were amazing.
We ate them before we got home. The station's 3 blocks away. They were gone by the time we got to the house.
Little spoiler alert, I don't know exactly what's happening. It's just something we've been talking about, but we do know. Well, we don't. But
Our camera lady does.
yeah, she knows a lady who is from Guatemala who cooks authentic, legitimate Guatemalan food. We have had some in the past. It is spot on. And the flavors are unbelievably different. The spices are very different than anything that I ever grew up with or was ever accustomed to. And there's hopefully something going on here where she's going to put something together for us. And I asked her, well, I haven't asked her, but the ask is to write it down on a piece of paper because, I don't know what these things are called. And I want to share it, but sorry, but I don't speak these languages, and like a lot of times these things get lost in translation. Like write it down so I can say, hey, here's what we got. Here's what we're doing.
Well, we just got back. We went to a El Mariachi Mexican restaurant. And yes, the menu's in English. I don't know what 90% of the stuff is.
Even though it was in English, I'm like, what is this exactly?
I picked something, and it was absolutely amazing.
Oh, yeah. I was real happy with my food, too, and I didn't know what was going on.
But there's just so much more out there than hamburger helper
right.
and cheeseburgers. I mean, nothing against those. I like them, too, but...
There's great stuff. But
so much more out there.
There's so much out there. And, I think it's important to broaden your horizon. Life gets just so blah, and when you're just eating the same thing every day, you gotta eat. It's one of the few things you gotta eat. You gotta drink water. You gotta have shelter. It's a survival need. You have to have it.
Yep, gotta have those. Gotta
have these things. These are things you have to have. So, I feel like mix it up a little bit. Find some different stuff. We gotta get that sword figured out.
I gotta tell you guys, this was a pain in my butt. I did this by myself while Mr. D here was working, and because I don't have a job. He does, I don't. But I will tell you, I like the way it looks, but it was an absolute nightmare. Yeah. It was a nightmare.
So I gotta tell you, yesterday something happened. We were pulling the garbage can out as I was leaving for work in the morning. And so she drove around to the back And I'm like, well, just pull it onto the back, and I'll go out the back door, and I'll pull a garbage can out, and just, pick me up, whatever. And I'm getting myself situated, and I hear bang, 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 bang. You know what? It sounded like wood falling over. I don't know. I've been in the basement. I've been everywhere. I can't find anything that's fallen over. But I'm telling you, it sounds like something substantial fell over and bounced around for a minute. But I can't find anything.
Well,
So you may find something that's fallen over and bounced around. I don't have a freaking clue. But it sounded like it was under me.
I'll tell you.
Maybe it's a ghost.
This is a true story. Years ago, when I was here by myself, and I joke around, but I do have a job. I'm out on the road 4 to 5 days a week.
Oh, yeah. If he works.
And
he works hard.
In my basement, I have some boxes and some things, and I know.
Let's get these out of here.
Yeah, I know that somebody was living in my basement. They would come in through the window, because I could hear them.
Yeah.
I come home from work, and normally I get back at night, and I like to take baths. So I come in the door, take my stuff off, I go right upstairs in the bathtub, and right behind the bathtub there's a shaft that goes right down to the basement.
Yeah.
And as soon as I turned that water on, I could hear footsteps and rustling around.
Right.
And I would go down there, of course, nobody.
Well, the walls are thin. I mean, you can hear all throughout fairly easily here.
So I was convinced that there was somebody living down there. And then one time I came home and I went down there and my boxes were flattened out like into a bed.
Yeah.
So I know somebody was in there. 'Cause
People in the walls,
It's
man.
not me. So then I would put cans of food down there.
People in the walls, man.
And a can opener, and the food would be gone. They never came upstairs that I know of. But I swear to God, I know there was someone down there.
All of a sudden, you got holes in the wall, and like people are looking out at you when you're
that-
sleeping. Creepy.
Doesn't surprise me.
You know,
Especially
it was
around
weird.
Around here, you never know.
It was like a bang, 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 and it's like, what in the hell was that? And I looking around, and I'm like, I know you had a pile of wood by the basement door, and I went and checked that out because that was my first thought. I'm like, nah, it was under me. Then I went down there. Everything is exactly as it was when I did laundry prior. Weird. Nothing looks anything different, but I'm telling you, there was some banging.
You never know around here.
There was some banging. So maybe there was an interloper. That's a possibility.
After a while, when I'd come home, I'd just open the door. Hi, honey, I'm home. And then I'd go upstairs to the bathtub, and I'd hear some rustling, and then it would be quiet.
That's weird. I don't even know how I'd respond, man. Probably not super friendly. I don't know what I would do.
I never, physically saw anybody, but I would always make my presence known. And I would say, just don't come upstairs.
Yeah.
Stay down there. And the food would be gone.
I tell you, I don't know if I could have your level of composure. I'm going to have another smoke. I'm getting tired. I don't know if I could have your level of
I
composure.
didn't want to get murdered. I figured if I just left them alone, they'd leave me alone.
Well, that makes sense.
It seemed to work out okay.
That makes sense.
Then eventually, I didn't hear anybody.
You don't want a confrontation if you don't have to have one.
Right.
So
I don't know. I couldn't tell you for sure.
I don't know what the heck I would do. I don't know what I would do. Well, I think we all know what I would do. I mean, unfortunately, I've already had some issues. I haven't been here super long. I've had to put a couple neighbors in line. But the neighborhood is more peaceful.
Sometimes you just got to do what you got to do.
You got to do what you got to do, for God's sake. We all got to live together a little bit. Sometimes you all got to...
I love animals, but, sometimes enough's enough. I'm not going to say any more about it, but...
Well, I'll just say this. It starts getting 11 o'clock at night. Well, hell, I think it was later than that when I lost my shit one night. I think it was almost 1 in the morning. There are a lot of dogs in the neighborhood. I have a dog. Love dogs. I mean, I couldn't imagine having life without a dog. I don't even know. It'd be boring. Gotta have a dog. But you gotta take care of your animals. And if you are sticking your animal outside and it is barking for 4 hours straight, and you're home and you're not letting your dog in, you're not dealing with it, I gotta tell you.
There's a reason your dog is barking.
we're going to have a problem. We're going to have a problem. And one night, I was sick and tired of not being able to fall asleep, and I had a whole big problem with the whole neighborhood. And let me tell you, it got real quiet real quick, and it's been pretty quiet ever since. It's been a solid month.
Yeah.
It has not been too out of line ever since. I mean, here and there.
There's one house around here, and you know which one I'm talking about.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just
Yeah.
irritates me to no end. And I like dogs too,
Yeah.
but this is ridiculous.
It's yeah. Yeah. You know,
Just the other day when I came
you
home.
know what? Dogs are all just, they're good. I feel like all dogs are inherently good. Maybe some of them are just like people. They're crooked maybe. But I think dogs are mostly inherently good. It's all about the owner. It's how you raise your dog. It's how you train your dog. It's what attention you spend with your dog.
Have you seen the owners of these dogs?
I have not, potentially. No, I don't think I have.
Well, you wouldn't be surprised. I think they have the same behavior.
See, I just wonder if it's not those same people that I had to say something to that one night.
Well, I'm sure it is.
About the cable.
Probably.
Whip cable. Yeah, I wonder. That was a whole nother deal. I won't get into that. That was wild. Sorry, I have to die for a quick minute. I will resuscitate.
He popped a lung earlier.
Yeah, my left lung collapsed. It's fine. It happens.
I reinflated it for him.
Luckily, Pete has a really good pump.
I do.
And he was able to fashion. Yeah, it was probably this long, the thing he hooked on the end of that air pump. And he got me, and it pumped my lung back up.
You were a little scared when I was coming at you.
It was a little freaky. I mean, well, you gotta understand. I mean, that's a little creepy, man. But you know what? Once it was over, actually, I was done. But yeah,
still alive.
I'm here. I mean, I didn't have to go to the hospital. Thank God for that. Medical care today. Deal with that nonsense.
I'll tell you. The whole time while I was saving his life, and we've talked about this all day. I've been thinking of ways to extort him.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah.
So I'm thinking of ways to extort him while I'm saving his life.
Right.
So I can extort him more.
Which, I mean, that's the American way.
Well, seriously though, what would you say if Saturday morning you woke up and you walked downstairs and you saw that machine there? What would you say? Would you laugh or would you go, all right?
I'd shake my head. And I'd pull out my credit card and I'd use it. I mean, come on. I mean, I'd shake my head and then I'd use the stupid thing.
I'd put like flashing lights on it.
The joke was I drink a lot of shooters. I drink a fair amount of shooters.
So I was going to buy a vending machine.
I got some right here. Because, everybody knows. No, I don't have my shirt on, but I love Fireball. I always have Fireball. Everywhere I go, I have Fireball.
Until he doesn't, and that's when the vending machine would come in handy.
Yeah, because that's not a good time.
I'd put it right by his chair, by the kitchen table.
I don't have to drink it. I have to have it. I mean, I wake up in the morning, I got it. I take one, I put it in my pocket.
I figured $18 a bottle.
Well,
desperation is a stinky cologne.
It is. It is. And the gas station, especially when it gets really cold. Now, I hiked it down to the station this last week when it was like -7 or something. And the wind was blowing, so it was like -20 wind chill. I got a block away. And I'm like, God, I got 3 blocks to go. I'm like, I got to turn around. And I just kept walking straight. I did it. I mean, I got there. And then with icicles hanging off of my face. Because it is really, I don't know where you all live, but I mean, that's a real deal here. You're breathing and the condensation, and like for real, like if you're a dude with a beard out here and it's that cold, you get icicles hanging off of your face. I get in there and at least you'll get to warm up from the Fireball. Yeah, great, thanks. And now I got to hike it back through it.
Well,
I'm like,
I
oh,
was just gonna
God.
say I hiked down there last week too, and I huffed and puffed all the way down there. And I got there, I'm like, oh great, and then
It's not even far, but I tell you
right.
what, it'll kill you in the wrong time of the year.
Then I realized I still had to go back. I was
Yeah,
only halfway.
that's what happened to me. All of a sudden, I'm okay. I got the fireball that I came to get, and I walk out the door, and it's like, oh my God, you got to be kidding me! I have to go back. And I just thought about the fact, like, there's a VW,
Right.
and there's these old timers, and I'm like, I bet you I could hassle one of them up for a ride.
On the back
3
of
blocks down the road.
on their rascal.
Yeah,
There's
why
that one
not?
guy that sits
I've
down
seen
there.
that.
This rascal.
I've seen that. There's a couple of dudes with their pickups and stuff. They're always hanging out down there. I'm starting to notice there's some regulars down there.
Put some BMX pegs on the back of that thing and just.
Why not? Well, you know what? And then you got that bicycle. No, I've taken that out a couple times. It's nice.
It is a nice
Problem
bike.
is, when it's that cold and you're moving fast,
It's just cold.
it's worse.
Wind chill.
Yeah, it's worse. It kills you. Can you imagine being on a motorcycle when it's -7, -20 wind chill? That'd strip you right out. It'd just strip you out. There wouldn't be nothing left of you.
My brother bought a motorcycle once. And we live in Minnesota, so I'll tell you kind of on the Mississippi River north of here. And I think it was 12 degrees out.
Yeah. Okay.
And he bought it, and he's like, well, how are we going to get it home? I go, well, there's 2 of us.
Yeah.
There's 1 bike and 1 car. We'll switch out halfway.
You get her done, man.
And we did. And we
You
had
get her done.
a sweatshirt, a hat, and
Yeah.
some just cheap, janky gloves. And I tell you, by the time that I got back to where we lived, I couldn't open my freaking hands. And I'm driving down the freeway like this, just, whoa. And these cars are passing me. And they're like, I'm
I gotta tell you, I've said this many times. This has got to be. There's something to be said for the corn-fed boys, man.
I tell you though, after about a mile, I was froze. It didn't really hurt. The thing that was the most painful was warming up. I went in the house and it just felt like needles.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, oh, just get me back outside on this bike. At least it didn't hurt.
So here's what's interesting, because we're talking on camera, and we're talking to people from all over the place, and we're from Minnesota. Minnesota's a very liberal state.
Yes.
Now, we're not political in our channel, so I don't want to get too deep into that, But I did want to say something because I was thinking about this. I was just thinking about this when I was at work the other day. I'm like, I wonder what people think about us, because we talk about being from the Midwest and this and that, Minnesota. I just wonder what people's opinions are, because I got to tell you, you hear certain things about Minnesota. You're talking about Minneapolis, St. Paul, man. You ain't talking about small town down here. People don't understand that.
Right.
Most of us ain't like that.
Right.
Most of us ain't we're good old boys. Grew up on farms.
Yep, we're all farm boys.
And
Rural.
we played rough, and we strapped mattresses to the back of pickup trucks, and we rode around on them because it's funny.
I met a guy one time in Minster, Ohio. I was picking up a load of, well, it doesn't matter. But I was there, and the guy I was talking to him was late at night, and he was going on, and he asked me where I was from, and I said, Minnesota. And he goes, oh, I'm sorry. I'm like, excuse me?
See, that's what I mean.
And then he got all political. I'm like,
that's what I'm saying.
When
people hear Minnesota, they get political. And that's why I was saying I don't want to get political. I don't want to sit here and have that conversation. It just, I wondered that, because we talk about that in a video here and there. We don't, here we are and whatever, we don't make a point of it. But here we are. You got a hat on. It's pretty clear where we're at, if anybody has any idea. We're sitting right here in Spamtown. Spamtown, USA. We ain't that hard to find.
No.
But people get super political when they hear where we're from. They do. And that's just not how it is for us. And, I know that there is a huge liberal agenda here. And there is a lot of controversy and a lot of the media talks about what goes on here in this state because of that. But
I don't think Tim Walz helped our
I don't think so.
being with who he was with.
Yeah, and I just got to tell you, it just has so little to do with how most of us are. That's really it is. It really is a Minneapolis St. Paul kind of a thing. You know, I lived up in that area. I'm not going to say they're bad people up there.
It's different.
But it is radically different. It's radically. It's night and day from being here to where we are to where they are there.
Yeah, it's like New York City and the rest of the state of New York.
Well, see, that's the thing, you know, exactly.
Or LA and the rest of California.
Yeah, so that's all I was trying to say. Like I say, I don't want to get into the whole political agenda. I just kind of wonder. I wonder what people think, you know, when they hear where we're from. And
I try not to pay attention because
it doesn't matter anyway. Who cares?
No, you believe what you believe and you think what you think. And
well, I like people equally. I mean, and I hate people equally. I mean, you know, it don't really matter. I mean, I like people. I don't like people. I mean, you know, so we all get by. I mean, you know, for the most part, I don't really care. I really like food. I really like different kinds of food. You know, one of the biggest wishes I've always had, and I've said this, I really want to go to some different countries. I mean, if I won the Powerball, what I would do. Now, I'm not talking about going down to Tijuana here. No, I'm talking about like Mexico City, 100 miles outside of Mexico City. I want to stay with a family. And I work hard. I mean, you know, I do. I mean, you know, the job I do is
stuff like that.
That's what I'm saying.
And June bugs.
I would do it, and I would do it. I want to live with them for a week or two, and I'll help them do what they're doing every day, and I'll help do what they're doing. I want to just be part of their family for a week or two, or maybe even 3. You know, and I want to just be able to afford to not have to like pay bills. I've just got a stockpile of cash to where, you know, my own life is just taken care of, but I have the opportunity to be able to travel and stay with some of these people, and maybe I can enrich their lives, but really, it's a good chance they're going to enrich mine. Mm-hmm. I want to try their food. I want to experience their lifestyle. You know, I want to be a part of that culture. You know, I don't want to just read about it. I just don't want to watch a video about it. I actually want to go there and hang out. I want to hang out, and I want to work with them, and I want to live life with them, and I want to cook food with them, and I want to do what they do. And I want to do that. There's a lot of countries I would love to do that. I would really like to have an opportunity to, hey, I think it'd be slick as shit. You know what I mean? Yeah. I would love to do that. Like, have the actual experience. Like I say, not like a Tijuana trip, you know, at the Hong Kong freaking stripper palace there in Tijuana. Right. You know, I want to go down to the heart of it.
Rural.
Exactly. With real deal, real people, and live the real deal, real life. And just hang out. Well, Thailand, Guatemala, you know, the Philippines, Mexico. There's so many different places that their culture is so rich.
I don't leave the country anymore for my job. I used to, but not anymore. I just try to stay in the States. But after doing the job that I do for as long as I have and being the places that I've been, I just get so...
I got to chase me. You got to have cash for that.
I get really irritated when people say how bad it is here.
Good on you.
And they don't know. They've never been to Camden, New Jersey.
Yeah.
They've never been to Philadelphia in the inner city. They don't know how good they have it here compared to some of these places. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with those places, but
no,
it's not here.
Right? Yeah, exactly. No, I would love to experience that life. No, I don't want to get hurt. I don't want to put myself in harm's way. Right. I wouldn't want to put a different family in harm's way for hosting me or anything like that either.
I worry about that, though.
Well, sure, for sure. You would have to, you know. But think about these families. You know, there's just a rural farming family down in Mexico, living life, and they're making their own tortillas every day. You know, mom's at home. She's doing off the tortillas. She's doing different things. She's got her own recipes. I would love to be in the kitchen with Mama, making some tortillas and learning her recipes and cooking some food with her. And I would love to be out in the field learning how they take care of things. I would love to do it. And it isn't anything other than an actual, it's an appreciation. I mean, these are things that we used to do here too. My grandparents did it.
Well, look at the Amish.
They're
still doing it.
I love the Amish people. They're awesome. My grandfather, I was very close to him. I had a huge garden. A lot of people don't know this about me too, but I had a massive garden. I mean, it was out of control. I had chickens, all that. I mean, very important to me.
Should I tell them about the first time I met you?
Well, go for it. I don't know. Yeah, sure, why not? I don't know.
You're not gonna get mad.
I can't imagine I would.
Okay, so I had never met him before. He
Already fucking pissed off, Pete.
I know. He came over and he was like looking in the yard, and he comes up to me and he goes, "Hey, do you put chemicals on your yard?"
Oh, did I really? Did I
Yeah.
do that to you?
And I said, "No." He goes, "Do you have a dog?" I said, "No." He goes,
Was that pretentious?
He goes, "Well, I'll get to why."
Okay, all right, all
And he
right.
goes, "Do you do anything to your yard?" I say, "I mow it. That's it. I'm never here. It just gets mowed."
Yeah.
And he goes, "Okay. Well, I see you got a lot of dandelions outside." And I said, "Yeah, effing things. They just keep coming back, And he goes, "Well, I can help you out with that." I go, "Really?" He goes, "Yeah. Do you mind if I go out and pick some?" And I go, "No.
Yeah.
Go
okay,
ahead."
Okay.
So then he did. He came in with a handful. He's like, "See, I got all these dandelions." I'm like, "All right." Well, then he started eating them. And I'm just going to town on my dandelions.
Okay, yeah.
And
That's probably it.
I'm like, huh. And then the other one's like, "Oh yeah, he likes that type of stuff." And he's like,
Yeah.
"You got any wheatgrass?" I'm like, "No, just what's out back." And at the time,
Yeah. Okay.
I
don't
didn't.
remember this, Pete. I'm sorry, I don't. But that does not sound uncharacteristic
It-
of me.
It surprised me at first, but now, I mean, I don't think it's odd by any means, but it was just the first time I met him.
Yeah.
He's asking me if he can go out and eat my dandelions. I'm like, "Yeah, man, have at it. Do what you got to do."
I will say, one of my favorite activities. My oldest boy. Unfortunately, we're kind of estranged. I mean, I'm not going to get into it. Whatever. It's maybe my mistake. Life happens. My youngest son, though, especially, really did appreciate it. But I took both of them out, and we would do this. We had routes of trails. We had different nature centers, different places that we would go. And I made it a point every year that I would select a number of plants from the local environment that were edible. And we would go out, and I would teach them to identify those plants. I would teach them the proper way to harvest those plants, especially if it was a root thing, like burdock. If anybody out there is familiar,
Oh, yeah.
you got to get you want that root, I would teach them to identify, if plant was a year old or if it was 4 years old, and so it was ready to harvest, or maybe it wasn't, And again, especially with something like a burdock with a root, because again, those things become more important. And then they would harvest them, and then we would bring them back home, and then we would utilize them, maybe for a tea or maybe for a salad, or like in the case again, burdock again, I will say, whatever, because it's coming to mind. You dice that up into like a carrot, you fry it up and put it into different things, whatever. No, and that was one of my more enjoyable activities with my children, and I think they learned a lot growing up. It was a good time for me. I know at least one of my kids really appreciated it. Unfortunately, I think the other one maybe didn't so much, but it was an enjoyable activity, and I think it's important. No, it's always been something that's been important to me. I mean, you would be surprised. You can walk into your backyard and you can make a salad, and it tastes pretty good. Just don't spray chemicals on your lawn. So that's probably why I was asking you. I guess that makes sense, because, if you're spraying shit all over your lawn, I don't probably want to eat your weeds anymore. But if it's just...
I was just like, "Hey, man, have that. Have them all if you want."
Okay. I kind of remember that. Now that you're saying it, it's almost kind of coming back to maybe. I guess maybe I seemed like a fucking whack job, man. Well, that's
To
the
each
deal.
their own.
I'm not like that so much anymore. I kind of at some point just, I gotta tell you. So there's a lot of things in my past, food related. It's for another time. It's for another time, but I've been very active in the food world. I suppose at some point I kind of had to just let go a little bit. And I had to also, and now here we are. Because you know what, I got to tell you, I am really on a search when we're doing these videos for food products that I can incorporate into my life. That they're food products that I enjoy. Because you know what, yes, food is medicine. Okay, food needs, most of what I eat is healthy. And now I know I got a big belly here, but regardless of the size of my belly, that probably has more to do with liquor, honestly, than it has to do with food that I'm consuming.
He doesn't eat much.
I don't eat much, and when I do eat, it's zucchini and it's carrots and it's celery. I mean, and it's in a soup and it's with
Black bean pasta.
Yeah, well, yeah, and I know you hate that. I love it. I eat very healthy, despite what anyone might think.
What did we have the other day? What did you put on that chicken?
What chicken are we talking about now?
Yeah, was it the
sunflower chicken?
Yeah, that was pretty good. I never would have done that.
Okay, so, I took a chicken breast, and I rolled it in a seasoned flour, and I fried it real quickly. But I got some oil in a pan, real hot, and I fried it for like a minute, and then flipped it, just enough to give it a little something, to kind of seal it, to lock in the juice of the chicken, But then I double breaded it with some sunflower seed and some different,
It was good. It was good.
Yeah, and then I baked it the rest of the way. So I did fry it a little bit in oil, but I was real quick about it, because oil is not super great for you.
And your airless fryer?
Yeah, I did use an airless fryer. Yes, absolutely. I just poured some oil in a pan and I created an airless fryer. I built one. I manufactured my own airless fryer.
Well, I mean...
So I don't even know if you know that, but I went to the whole trouble of manufacturing my own airless fryer.
We have to do that stuff around here because...
we're in a frickin' tundra, man.
Right.
We can't get these products.
We're doing these on the second floor of the house, and if you open the window, the snow is about halfway up the window.
It's like 18 foot. I mean, it's
sometimes
ridiculous.
We can't even get out of the house, so we have to improvise.
Thank God you had the sense last week to have the snowblower in the house. Had you not had the snowblower in the house, I would have been sitting there with a spatula. And that would have took me like 8 hours. I would have had to get up at midnight just to get out, to get to the car, to get to work. I can't even imagine. I've had crap like that happen, but I'm getting old, man. Thank God you had the snowblower in the back, on the back stoop there, so we could blow out and get to the car. Because, my God.
Well, sometimes that's great when the snow is super tall, but when it's only maybe about 8 or 10 inches, then you got to get the snow mower.
Oh, right. Well, I used to have that
push
torch,
that on top, and that's what happened here. I got accident with the snow mower. Kind of got the best of me. But that'll happen.
And I used to have that torch. And if any of you know what I'm talking about, you hook it to a propane tank. There's a big old thing. It's about 6 foot long, maybe not quite 6 foot long. It's a big old deal on the end of her, and you light her up. And it's got a pretty serious, I think I brought it over here once.
Yep.
And torched some crap. It's serious. On my old house, I accidentally set my garage on fire, and then I set my neighbor's garage on fire. I did set my neighbor's garage on fire. I was trying to be courteous and take care of some weeds and set my neighbor's garage on fire. Luckily, it was owned by like a 96-year-old woman. She didn't, and now she's dead, so.
She's taking a dirt nap. She probably looks like this right now.
Probably. And no one is any of the wiser that I set her garage on fire. I melted half her siding on one side of the garage. It was a whole thing. Yeah. Yeah, well, I'm sorry I did that, old lady. But, you know, I fixed your roof. I did a lot of different things for you, and I never asked for nothing. She did bake me a pie once.
I've heard a lot about you.
Yeah. Yeah, she did bake me a pie. She was cool as shit.
If you know, you know. You help me with these shelves?
Yes. Those things happen. Well, I got to tell you, now something else we talked about once. We've never mentioned it. We got to mention it in some videos. Is our Atlas.
Oh, yeah, Atlas Earth.
We play Atlas Earth now. Well, maybe you're swifter at yours, pulling yours, and just to show what it is. You know, we don't have to.
He turned me on to this game.
I've been playing it for a while. Not sponsored. I mean, this is just something we're doing. You know, I'm pulling mine up here. God damn heartburn. Heartburn.
The only thing I wish I could change my guy from a space guy to maybe something else.
Yeah, that would be cool, wouldn't it? Yeah, and here's the loading screen. Oh, well, the loading screen's gone.
Hey, man, get off my... I
only have an hour left on my deal here. Okay, so Atlas Earth, basically you buy real-world properties and you earn rent for those real-world properties. And that's actual money. Now, I've made about $150. You actually make real money. I mean, but it takes time. Oh, there you are. That's tomorrow?
4 hours.
Yeah, that's nice.
Unless I forget.
You don't have to spend money on it if you don't want to spend money on it. I mean, if you do spend money on it, you can definitely accelerate your gameplay. I think there is a point. We were talking about this. They got a thing that's the Explorers Club.
Yes.
I think if you get yourself... there's some things you have to do, some prerequisites to be able to do the Explorers Club in Atlas. If you do them, you know, I think it's worth spending the money. And it's what? What is it, $50 a month?
45 or 50.
Yeah, so it's a little pricey, but I will tell you, it does pay out. I mean...
You're getting 90 plus Atlas bucks a day.
Right.
Compared to...
And a property costs you 100 Atlas. But now, you know what, I'm not going to sit here and give a whole rundown on the damn game. I mean, we can put our tags in there. You know, why not? We can put the tags in the end of this video.
If you want to play, you can...
We'll put our referral deals. You can click either one of us, and we just get a little something. It's only for the first few properties you buy. It's not like it's a big deal.
10 or something.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't really amount to a whole lot, truthfully. You know, whatever. But it is a good time. I mean, we enjoy playing it.
It's addicting.
It is addicting. You know, it's cool. Especially like Pete travels a lot, you know. So for Pete... you know, he's got the opportunity to like get badges and different things in different cities, different states.
Passports and badges.
You know, I don't have that opportunity a whole lot. I mean, I have just in our area. Not a lot I can do about it because I don't get around, you know. Pete gets around.
I do.
You know, so for him, you know, he's got an opportunity to maybe, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know that it even affects your gameplay or your earnings a great deal.
Well,
I mean, to some extent, sure.
Let's see.
But I do think it adds an interesting spot. You know, say you go camping somewhere, buy a pass.
Well, I mean,
you're all low.
1 to 10.
Yeah,
5%.
I don't even know how you've blown so far past me here, man. You need to stop playing. No, this is ridiculous.
15% boost for 30
Yeah.
days. And so, like every county,
all right,
I can get one. And I drive through a county every hour.
Well, you're making me look bad. Well, here's mine. I'm dying. Make sure you guys smoke. If you want to sound like me, I got a cactus here. Ooh. I'm having a cataclysmic event. Well, here's my passport. View passport.
Yeah,
I'm nowhere, dude. You're in a whole tier ahead of me.
It gets expensive though because it's
Yeah,
200
right,
bucks
right,
per
right,
one,
right.
and I need like 30 more.
Good God. What's happening?
25 more to get to level 4.
Okay.
But this really helps the 15% boost when you're on the tier that you are for earnings for properties that goes lower and lower and lower and lower and lower.
Right.
So you almost have to kind of do it in step with each other.
Well, see, I didn't intend to tear up, you know. I know you didn't either.
No, I didn't. But
what is going on?
I'm not going to tell the secret. You guys, if you
No,
play,
absolutely not. Because I got 10 properties I got to buy here this next week. You
Right.
can't tell nobody what we're doing here.
No, but
it does work. Look at this. Look at mine. Look at the ratio. That's crazy.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, look at yours. Look, man. I mean, honestly, look at my legendaries.
Yeah.
And I have more. I have less than you. But more of mine are bought in that fashion.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's obviously it's obvious. There's no question. No question.
Look at here. How many did I buy here? And okay, so there's one legendary there.
I tell you what, private message. If you're serious about this game,
yeah, for sure.
We know something that is a game changer. Go ahead and message us.
As long as you don't do it here.
But it needs to be a private message, or I'm not going to respond to you.
Right. But so out of all these I bought here, there's one legendary.
Yeah.
And that other spot, how many did you get in a row?
Oh my gosh, so many. I mean it's ridiculous.
It is. It was just boom, 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 boom.
So I've made $133 off of the game. I've cashed out $133, roughly. Some of it I've reinvested. You know, whatever. But yeah, I mean, you do make money. It's not a ton.
You're not going to get rich. You're not going to quit your job.
No, you're not. No, you're not. But I tell you what, it's fun, and you actually do make a little something. I mean, it makes your time feel like it's worth something.
I have a goal to dethrone the king.
Just take him out, man. I'm waiting for you to do it.
Is he bought any more where you did?
No, I've shut him down. Good. I want to snipe him out in some more places. So there's somebody in particular that I know personally who
did you wrong.
He did me wrong. He lied to me about some things that are serious. Cost me thousands of actual dollars, okay? You know, plays this game. He's the guy that got me into this game in the first place. And he is one of the biggest players in the game. Well, so we've been systematically undermining him.
You've taken
That's
one
what
of his
happens,
towns.
man.
I've taken one of his towns.
That's what happens. You know what? You do what you do.
On the verge of taking another one.
Yeah, and I've been making a lot off of that. I at least once a week I get hit. You know, so here's the other thing. If you own a town, if you're the biggest property owner in a town, you become the mayor of that town. And then if anyone comes to your town and buys a passport badge,
you get a cut.
Yeah, you get a cut of that. And so I've been getting cuts every week, at least once a week.
Yeah,
because
you showed me one the other day.
Yeah, the town is just, this is a small town. I'm not going to mention it. It's a small town. It's where I used to live. But it's an intersection between some states. A lot of traffic goes through there. I mean, it's really a major pipeline up through going into Rochester, Minnesota. You know, it's just right there on the border. And it's just, there's a lot of traffic going there for either medical or just actually there's a lot of trucking that goes up through there because it's just a convenient pipeline. I mean, it's a major highway. You know, it goes up through that town, very small town. It's where I lived for a number of years. And at least once a week, somebody buys a passport, if not 2 to 3 times a week, you know, and I get cut in on that. And you know what? I got to tell you, it makes a difference.
I found out where he's buying all his properties at.
Oh, really?
In Rochester. It's at the fairgrounds.
Oh, really?
I was looking and it's all him.
Oh,
He's got the whole thing.
he spotted her out, huh?
Yeah. My boy. Can't tomorrow, sorry. Free on Sunday.
I got to thank you one more time.
Yep. Trying to get my boy to come and do some videos with us.
Sounds like my son's going to be doing some videos maybe tomorrow, huh?
I'm excited. We got
We got something going on there. That's going to require me to sharpen up my cooking skill. Oh, I don't know why that just turned me nauseous, that fucking DOS. Oh, bad. I might choke. Oh, fuck.
got your bucket.
I do have my bucket. I think I'm going to shock, man.
Please stand by.
Oh.
He's back.
Well, I'm back. I'm alive.
He's still alive.
Jeez. It's sugar. I mean, it's just every time. Every time
This is loaded.
Yeah, every time I have any amount of sugar, my body can't. I can't do it. I can't do sugar. You know what? And I always feel so protein starved. You know, that's the other thing. It's crazy. It doesn't make sense.
51 grams of added sugars in here.
Well, shit, man. You see what I eat. I don't eat a lot. And when I do eat, I dodge most everything except for the protein portion of our food. You know, I mean, I eat a lot of protein. I don't know.
Did you see this? The Atlas Earth podcast? I'd never seen that before.
Oh, really? I didn't know that was the thing.
Episode 215.
215, really?
Yeah.
Huh. Well, mine's closed. I don't know what happened. Well, anyway, we'll put the tag down there. I mean, I think, you know what, we'll put our deals. If you select one of us to, you know, sign up and use our referral code, we get a little something. I mean, it's not a lot. It's not a big deal. But, you know, everything helps, obviously. But regardless, I think it's a good game. I mean, I would like to see more people playing it. I don't want the game to disappear.
Just don't play here.
No.
Play where you live, not
No,
here.
yeah, no, don't mess us up. We got a system. We got a system here.
It works.
It is working, too. So, I mean, it really is.
I don't think too many people know.
No,
Because
it
I
doesn't
look everywhere I go.
I've Googled and Googled and Googled, and you know what? I found some questions and different things, and people are like, no. You know, I mean, I don't know, but we got something figured out here. Well, it wasn't even me that figured it out. I mean, Pete nailed it, you know, and it's the real deal. I mean,
I've tried it at a few different of these places.
Yeah, it is
got
working
the
out.
same result.
I mean, yeah. I mean, like I say, if like you know, you really want to know, I mean, send us a private message. I mean, that's not something I want to put out there, but you know, whatever. Oh, hell, I gotta tell you, that was rough.
Well, I suppose all the different alcohols, beer,
Probably.
Fireball, and then that.
Just feeling so sugared out, you know, really.
Probably didn't help.
Probably not. You know, I don't even
If you notice, he's always got his cup of water with him, but not
But
today.
I don't. I keep forgetting it. All day I've been screwing around with my cup. I've been forgetting it all over the place. I don't know what that's about. Hell, even at work, I was leaving it everywhere. I guess I didn't get a good night's sleep or something. I don't know. I drink a lot of water. I drink close to 2 gallons of water a day. I mean, I drink a lot of water.
So I was looking online, and I showed you this before. And it's a can of, it says dehydrated water.
Yeah,
So, do you think the can's empty?
probably. I found a water. Oops. I found something I wanted to show you here. I found a water. As soon as this cancels, let me show you this. We gotta try this water. I'm curious how interested any of you are out there in the world. See, this is where it'd be nice to be live. Guys, you gotta hook us up. We need 50 subscribers.
We need 20 more, and then we can go live.
Because I would love to be sitting here actually like talking to other people.
Yeah, answering questions.
I mean, that'd be cool as heck. Yeah. I mean, this is fun, don't get me wrong. It's just, but it would be cool to be able to go live. Why not? Being able to actually interact with other people that are watching. That's a good time. Right here. Yeah. Here it is.
Oh, I did see that.
You saw this one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool, wouldn't it?
Uh-huh. Just as clean and clear as the day it was put in there. Yep, I did. I watched that one yesterday. That's crazy to me. I thought it'd be all rusty and stuff.
Yeah. That'd be cool to track a can of that down. I wonder what that stuff costs. Emergency drinking water. Well, let's look. Let's see if I can find it. Emergency drinking water. Nope. Canned. No.
I guarantee you put a plastic bottle down in your basement for 90 years, it wouldn't look like that.
Well, I mean, here's some from the Navy.
$25.
Emergency drinking water, military issue, 12-ounce can. I don't know. I mean, there's different products out there. $12. Your 1960s Coast Guard water. $12. I don't know. I mean, there's things out there. They're not totally out of control. It'll be fun. Some of these really old expired products would be fun.
We have some experience with expired products.
Oh yeah, and honestly, it wasn't horrible. It wasn't great.
The smell was horrific.
Oh, I couldn't believe it. It smelled this place up for days.
It did, and now it's sitting over there on the table, unopened.
So
the top's off of it, and it doesn't smell at all.
Here's what changed. It got sat outside.
Yep.
Because it was just out of control.
I got so tired of smelling it, I put it outside in the tundra.
And it killed the smell. It froze. I mean, it froze solid. And then it...
Congratulations, you just got 2 free Atlas books.
Oh, nice.
Continue.
Yeah, and it completely killed the smell. I don't know what happened there. I guess it killed the bacteria that was causing the smell. So who knows what bacteria we consumed or whatever happened there. Well, whatever.
Oh, it was so bad. The smell was so bad.
It was overpowering. You couldn't even walk in the kitchen. It was gassing us for days. Well, yeah. Oh, Lord. My nose is running now. Well, now we got something coming up. Now we ordered something. We ordered a toolkit. We got something coming up. So you guys all got to really be watching here.
In case I don't see ya.
We got something coming up. We're hoping we're going to be able to film. I don't know if that's going to happen. You know what I'm talking about.
Yes. Yeah. Next week
we're gonna be on location.
We are.
I got permission today to film at this location. However, they were very clear that they're super concerned about the privacy of their guests.
Which rightfully so.
Yeah, absolutely. And they're not opposed to us filming. It's just they will not make accommodation. It is it's a big deal. This comes around once every so often. It's a big deal in the eating world of food.
I actually got a newsletter on it.
Yeah, and I got to tell you, it's such a big deal. I bought a toolkit. And hopefully it'll be here in the next couple days. I ordered up a toolkit for me and P. We'll have our own tools. So we can really be prepared for this. I mean, that's how serious this is. You want to go into this eating scenario with a toolkit of your own. If you really, there you go. Dehydrated water.
You think it's empty?
I mean, what does it want you to do? Fill it up with water?
It says how to use. Pour the dehydrated water into any container you fancy. Add water until it looks like water. Drink and enjoy.
Yeah, it's probably just an empty damn can, huh?
Yeah, it is.
I mean, that's cool. What is it? What does it cost?
It is $10.
$10 for a can of dehydrated water. Well,
Whatever.
okay.
But anyways, this place.
I cannot stop thinking about it. I don't even know what to say. Because I don't want to spoil it. I don't know if we're going to be able to even film. I hope at least we can do some shorts. You know?
Yeah, go up and down, like they said.
Yeah. Go to the door. I don't know. I mean, we'll see what we can do. I mean, you know, me and Pete, one thing that's very important to us, we said this from the start, we don't want to be editing our videos a whole lot. I mean, we want this to be genuine. Our reviews are genuine. We don't want a whole lot of cut and paste crap, you know. We don't want any question. I mean, we're actually eating it. We're actually doing it. We want that to be seen, and we don't want to be chopping everything up.
Well, someone told me today, we were talking about the videos, and I had mentioned that, and they commented on how long the White Castle video was. And I said, well, that's how long it legitimately took me to eat that much
Well,
stuff.
yeah, whatever. I mean,
And yeah, I could have sped it up or cut,
right.
but I refused to sell out.
Well, yeah, I don't think we should. I mean, it's about being. There's a genuine factor there, you know. I mean, this is us. This is how long it takes us to do what we do. I think the banter is important because we're talking about the product. I mean, this is how the product tastes. This is what I'm thinking about it. This is what I got going on. You know, yeah, maybe the video's 12 or 17 or 15 minutes or whatever.
But we have never been approached by any company.
No.
And says, you know, review our product, you know, give us a good fit. None of that has ever happened. And if it did, I don't know what I would say. I would try it, but I would tell them that I'm going to give you my honest opinion.
That's the thing. That's the thing. I'm going to
Whether
give
it's
an honest
good or
review.
bad.
If you don't want an honest review, then we're not doing it. I mean, that's my opinion.
That's how I felt
Yeah.
about that beer. I know
Right.
it's a friend of yours from your job.
Well,
and,
that's just it. But you got to be straight about it.
Right.
I mean,
I
it's,
didn't
we
like
don't
it.
all like the same thing.
you know, he likes it. I don't. That's fine. I'm sure
I
like
think
things
I
that
think
he
there's a
don't-
room.
doesn't.
I think there's room for that product. I just it's not for me.
Right.
You know.
Right. And I refuse to.
Outside of that Vegemite, I think there's pretty much room for basically any product. But Australian, you guys got to figure that out. I mean, there ain't no. I don't know why you guys are eating that. That's ridiculous. There's no room for that in your diet. Get that prickly pear jelly. Come on.
And I've been told that I should be more animated on these videos, and I say, you know what, this is how I am. You know, I don't talk a lot. I guess maybe I do. I don't know.
I probably talk too much. I mean, it's
This is us. This is genuine. This is 100% real.
living life.
Yep.
Living life. It's just two dudes running into some foods because, you know, I think both of us are sick and tired of being trapped in a food box.
Absolutely.
You know, get out of that food box.
And I'll tell you, some of this stuff has been terrible, but some of it was really good, like that pre-toasted bread. I was
That
thinking
blew
about
my mind.
all week. I've been thinking about what I could use that for.
So have I. You know what? And I was just thinking, like, I bought, I don't know if it's still even around at this point. I bought a couple of boxes of pre-cooked bacon. Then I'm like, person can put some of that pre-cooked bacon on that pre-toasted toast. You know, maybe take that and you'd have a good crispy sandwich, you know?
Yep.
Without it being soggy and weird. I mean, how are you going to take a BLT to work?
Right.
Maybe that's how you take a BLT to work. I don't know.
I was thinking a lot of uses for that, and a big one, and I don't understand why. You guys, if you're still watching this after how long, please,
Yeah.
please, please, please. I don't ask a lot, but watch the hot dog and peanut butter video.
Seriously,
and try
it's crazy.
Try it. It is unbelievably amazing. I don't understand why people aren't watching it.
I don't either. I don't get that. It's our lowest rated video, and it's one of our best products.
I tell you, I felt the same way when I was told
Yeah.
about that. I'm like, what?
Yeah,
No
what are you
way.
talking about?
No way. And it blew my mind.
It's good. It's good.
And it's cheap, it's fast, and you have the stuff at home. I guarantee it. It's in your
It's
refrigerator
ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's a good product.
right now. It blew my mind. I don't know what else to say.
Yeah, it is a solid
But if
product.
you haven't watched it, please watch it. Try it. I mean, what are you out? A hot dog and a piece of bread? Come on.
If you don't like it, spit it out. But I don't think that's what's going to happen. I mean, it is surprising. It's surprising.
Yeah, it's good.
Ridiculous. Ridiculous. Man, I got to tell you, I'm getting tired here.
You are? Well, it's only 10:30 in the
Only
morning.
10:30. Well.
This lady's finally gotten back to me on the vacuum cleaner.
Oh, wait.
$25.
What you getting?
Kirby.
You got something lined up?
A Kirby. Generation 5. $25. Here in town.
Well, that's not bad. Huh. It's got a cool bag to it, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Kirby's have a cool look. They just do.
There's nothing.
They just have a
It's
cool look.
It's a standalone.
Yeah. It's a.
It's a Kirby.
It speaks for itself.
There's no other. You see it, you know instantly what it is.
Yeah, it's a Kirby. Yeah. It's a good looking vacuum always.
Yeah.
And they get the job done.
Oh, and they're hefty.
Yes.
Very hefty. I don't know what else to say about it.
I don't either.
It's Kirby.
But they're cool.
It's a
They're
Kirby.
cool. Yeah, it's a standout piece. I told you, sir, about that poor Kirby salesman.
Yeah.
Trapped in my house for
Sweating,
hours.
Sweating.
He was sweating.
Defeated.
Just, yeah. Like, really? I spent half my day here. Oh, yeah. Well, you know what? Cleaned my walls and everything on that Kirby. Got some stuff done.
He was so defeated.
Yes, he was. He was feeling bad. Well, I felt bad for the guy. I really wanted to buy it too, but it just didn't work out.
Well, I used to sell Kirby's, and I know what new ones cost. And
Oh, they're no joke.
It's like buying a car. I mean,
it's no joke.
seriously.
But it'll last you a lifetime. I mean, it really will. They're solid. They're solid machines. You know, you can't go wrong with Kirby.
No, I always thought it was just the most badass thing where you put the hose in.
Yeah.
And the front just. And
That is cool. Yeah, well, it reminds you of the old cars, you know? I mean.
My grandmother has one sitting in her living room, right by the front door, and it just sits there.
Yeah.
I don't think she ever uses it, but she'll never get rid of it because it's fucking Kirby.
Kirby, yeah.
But
No,
I don't know. I'm on Marketplace. Some lady's trying to sell one for $25. I mean, you can't go wrong.
No.
You probably scrap it out for more than that.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's all stainless.
Right. Yeah, that's a big deal. Kirby's are cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, right on.
I think Dan's tapping out.
I'm about to pass out. I've been up a long time. It's been a long day. I've been up for
About, what's 4.5, 5 hours now?
probably. I think I got up I woke up at 3 in the morning and I didn't get back to bed. You know, that happens. It's 3 in the morning every damn day. I don't know what that is. Does that happen to you?
Yes.
It's 3 o'clock. God dang it! I'm always waking up at right about 3. Then my alarm goes off at 5:15 anyway. I wake up 3 o'clock and it's like I kind of gotta go to the bathroom, whatever. You know, you get up, you kind of toss around for a little bit, maybe get a little milk or some water, and go to your business. And
I have the hardest time sleeping here.
Yes.
In my vehicle that I sleep in, I just
What is the deal?
It vibrates me right to sleep. I
What's the deal?
drive a truck and I have a reefer behind me and it vibrates all the time. I lay down in that thing, I'm out. Here, I toss and turn. I'm up every 2 hours. You just get terrible sleep here.
So I thought about this and I forgot. I hear there's a lot of neighborhood noise here. And I wondered if maybe that was screwing me up. So I thought about bringing some earplugs home. And then I don't wear earplugs at work. I mean, they provide them for you. I'm deaf as a post anyway. What does it matter? You know, we got machines that are all, you know. So they provide them, but most of us don't wear them. I thought about bringing some earplugs home. And popping some earplugs in and going to bed. And seeing if I slept better. Like, is it a noise issue?
Well, I tried here.
But I don't think that's the issue.
I don't either, because here it's quiet. In the truck it's not. But I put on like the rain sounds, the storms, this and that.
We got a fan going on in there, so it's like, you know, I mean, you got that background on.
I still couldn't do it.
I don't
I
get
just
what
sit there
it
and
is.
I listen to. I just can't turn my brain off. And when I'm in the truck, I'm so effing tired.
You know what I got to tell you? Here's what's strange. Well, she could do this. She looked it up before in a couple places. People died in this house.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
is there like a weird energy going on here? Maybe.
maybe that's why it's so cold in my room all the time. All the time.
Maybe.
The heat vents open. You can feel the heat coming up.
Yeah, but it just doesn't even.
Have you ever walked in there? It's chilly.
No, I don't think. Oh, I maybe once or twice I have, but no, not recently. I have not. But no, I don't know. I mean,
well, that chair I used to have downstairs, you know, that with the ratchet straps.
Mm-hmm.
You know, an old lady died in that shit.
Yeah, I knew that was the deal. Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if there's like a weird energy. I will say, after I went off that night, the neighborhood has been quiet at night. Pretty much. I mean, it's not perfect, you know, but it's a neighborhood. I mean, you know, people are going to make noise.
If you guys are still watching this, leave me a comment, please. Do you believe in ghosts? The supernatural, the afterlife?
Something's going on.
Well, okay, so people say they've seen things. I personally have never seen anything. That doesn't mean I don't believe.
I've had one encounter in particular that was. I've had a couple encounters that were questionable, but I had one in particular that I don't know. It's a long story for another day, kind of a thing. But I had one encounter in particular that really. Yeah, I don't think it was necessary. I don't think it was a ghost. I don't think that's what I encountered. But I think I encountered something, and I don't think it was friendly, and I don't think it liked that I saw it. You know, I mean...
Well, you remember...
That's something, maybe I'll tell you this tomorrow, but it's a long story.
You remember this.
Oh, yeah.
When I saw that, and I'm still not 100% convinced that that's what it, you know...
Right.
Because it's just weird.
It is weird. And
that was the only one I saw that in.
I mean, after I encountered what I encountered, I mean, I can kind of get into it, so a little bit. But I woke up, and I've had sleep problems my whole life. But I woke up one night. This was probably 20 years, probably 20 years ago. Yeah, it was about 20 years ago. And I woke up and something wasn't right. Something wasn't right. I knew something wasn't right. I felt it, you know, and I flew out of bed. And I don't know why I felt like a sense of danger or something, you know. And I flew down the hallway. Well, I was boxing at the time too, you know, so I was like confident with my physical ability. And I was in good shape, you know, so I'm like, whatever. You know, it was like a home invader or something. I mean, that's just like how I felt, you know. And I ran out of the bedroom and I flew down the hallway in this apartment I was in. And there was nothing. And I looked around and there's nothing. And I'm like, weird, you know, I don't know. And I turned around and I saw something. And it was like a shadow, but it wasn't a shadow. I mean, it was not a shadow. It was a substantial figure that had like meat on its bones. You know what I mean? But it was a shadow. And I don't know how to describe that to anybody. But it was there. It was physical. It wasn't like a shadow. It was a 3D being. And it was tall and it was crooked. I mean, it was almost human, but it was crooked, if that makes sense. And I don't know how else to describe it. And it was leaning over. Like, the hallway was like this, and to the left was the bedroom, like where I ran from. And I come running out of the bedroom, past where it would have been, into what would have been the living room, and I turned around, and then I saw it. To the right, where the bathroom was. And it was big, and it was kind of human, but it was not. And I don't know how else to describe it. And the moment I saw it, I don't know, something overcame me. It was an extreme amount of anger. It was an extreme amount of anger, and it was fear, and it was a whole bunch of shit all at the same time, and I just went at it. And I went at it full steam, and it just kind of almost like stood up. And it standing up removed it from my view. Because it was almost like it was leaning around the corner. And when it like kind of stood up, because it got taller, it just disappeared behind the corner. And when I got there, it wasn't fucking there. And I'm telling you, that damn thing was there. It was there. I don't think it was in my mind. And I felt like I was being watched, you know. The whole night, it was just wrong. And then I woke up, and it was like, it was weird because I woke up with such an extreme amount of like fear and anger, you know. And I just blasted out. I just blasted out without any thought. Like, to get this, whatever it was. And then there was nothing. And then suddenly it was there. And I blasted at it again. And then it was just not there. You know, I mean, and I flew into the bathroom. And there was a little closet there. I mean, there was nothing. I don't know. But I was absolutely convinced I encountered something that night. I mean, I was 100% convinced. And I've just never let that go. I think I encountered something. Yeah. And I don't think it liked that I encountered it. I mean, I think that's the deal. That's the sense I got. Like, I shouldn't have known it was there. If that makes sense.
Yeah, sure. I don't discount it.
I don't know. And maybe it was just bullshit. Maybe I was half asleep and it was a wonky dream and I was half asleep and, you know, maybe.
Maybe.
Who knows? But it left an impact on me.
Weird.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Well, if you want to hear more of this story, let us know. Dan will tell you the whole.
I think I know what it was. I do think I know what it was, actually, in retrospect. I've had years to think about it. I think I know what I saw, and I think I know why it didn't like me seeing it. I think I know a little bit more about it now.
Well, you can tell us because we're about dead.
Yeah, and I'm about dead. I'm pretty gassed out.
So, yeah. If you want to hear more, let us know. If you're still watching.
If you're still watching.
It's probably been an hour.
Who cares? Hopefully you guys are still watching. Hopefully somebody out there is watching. This is why it would be cool to be live.
Well, yeah, for sure.
Because we could engage people for this length of time, you know? I don't know if anybody's still watching. I mean, if you are, comment. I mean, subscribe, hit like. Seriously. I mean, help us out. Hook us up a little bit. We need 50 subscribers to go live with a webcam on a computer. Now, we're mobile. We use mobile. But if we were to go live, maybe we could set the laptop up here.
Sure.
And we could do something with 50 subscribers. I mean...
Yep, or you could see where we do our funky pictures for the thumbnails.
Yeah. See how we got that dialed in? That's a real good setup.
Yeah.
We got to do some more of you now. Now that you got your challenge